Greetings, and welcome to Movie Recap Vault. In this session we are presenting a 2023 action, thriller movie titled Extraction 2. Barely alive, Tyler Rake falls from a bridge in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Rescued from the shore, he's given life-saving attention and transported to a hospital in Dubai, UAE. He has multiple gunshot wounds, and is unable to breathe without life support. Later, his doctors doubt he'll survive without life support. Nick Khan and her brother Yaz visit Tyler. The three are mercenaries that work together. Later, as a nurse is tending to Tyler and he suddenly wakes and starts breathing by himself. Nick comforts him as he undergoes physical therapy and slowly recuperates. Meanwhile, in Georgia, Avtandil tells Zurab his brother's prison sentence is extended by 10 years. Zurab's brother is David, and he's in a prison in Georgia. The next day, Zurab invites the governor to visit. Zurab shares that he knows the governor approved the 10-year prison extension for David. The governor suggests that because David threw a DEA agent off a roof, the US government pressured him, and he must extend David's sentence. However, he's kept David in a Georgian prison and allows David's family to live with him. Zurab has heard enough, and he quickly kills the governor with a pitchfork, as his men are heard shooting the governor's bodyguards. Meanwhile, Tyler is being wheeled out of the hospital by Yaz. Later, the three arrive at a lakeside cabin in Austria. Nick suggests the cabin is a gift for Tyler. She gives him a small box, and tells him it contains all of the personal items they found in his last home. She thinks he should change his life, and let them know when he has some new developments to celebrate. That night, Tyler checks the small box and finds a drawing made by his son who died from cancer. He also looks at a video of his son, and his now ex-wife. Meanwhile in Georgia, David visits his family in their cells. Ketavan, his wife, tells David not to wake the kids, and she doesn't like having her family there. David slaps her, and threatens to raise the kids by himself. He departs and returns to his cell. Ketavan is crying, and her son Sandro comforts her. Back in Austria, Tyler returns to his cabin and finds a stranger drinking tea on his porch. Mia, Tyler's ex-wife, sent the stranger to offer him a job. Mia wants Tyler to rescue her sister and her sister's 2 kids. Mia's sister is Ketavan, and her and the kids are still being held against their will in the Georgian prison at David's request. The stranger tells Tyler the history of David, and his brother Zurab. When the brothers were young, they sold small amounts of drugs on Georgian streets. However, during the past 8 years they built an empire. They call themselves the Nagazi, which means shepherd. The brothers fled the civil war in Georgia, when they were young. They then lived with their uncle, Avtandil, in Armenia. In their teens they were involved with the drug trade, and murder for hire. They were considered folk heroes when they returned to Georgia. Their Nagazi army members are treated like a family, and have a cult-like loyalty to the brothers. They now have $1 billion heroin and weapons operation. Tyler accepts the job offer. He's then told what prison David and his family are in, and that the job starts in 6 weeks. Soon after, Tyler calls Nick and tells her about the job. Tyler gets physically fit during the 6 weeks. Back in Georgia, the job is about to begin. A prison guard that's helping Tyler makes strategic marks on walls, for Tyler to later follow. He turns off the cameras and meets Tyler at the door. The guard is paid, and tells Tyler cell 207 is unlocked, and he has 5 minutes. The lights are turned off, and Tyler moves to cell 207. Tyler follows the marks left by the guard, and quickly finds cell 207. As Tyler and the family are leaving, a prisoner sees Tyler and whistles. The inmates quickly react and start yelling from their cells. Sandro wants to know where his father is, and his mother tells him David is waiting outside. Loudspeakers announce a security breach, and Tyler looks for a way outside. He fights with several groups, and they eventually make their way to a coal chute in the basement. The kids are lifted up through the coal chutes, to Nick waiting outside. As Tyler tries to help Ketavan out through the chute, David arrives and starts hitting Tyler and Ketavan with a pipe. They fight, and David is eventually killed. As security guards rush toward Tyler in the basement, he tells Nick to leave with the kids, and that he and Ketavan will take a different path. Tyler and Ketavan run. There's a riot in the courtyard, but Tyler and Ketavan must go through it to escape. They're attacked multiple times as Tyler continues fighting the attackers. Many people are shot and knifed. Tyler is hit in the back of his head, and is temporarily incapacitated. He quickly recovers, and begins beating guards and inmates with a shield. Tyler is hit with a Molotov cocktail, but continues to fight, punching several with a burning hand. He finds Ketavan, and beats her attacker with a dumbbell. They reach the exit, just as Nick breaches it. Yaz tells Tyler they intercepted Nagazi radio calls. They know David is dead, and they're heavily armed, and responding. Tyler and Ketavan load the vehicle with her kids, and they race away. Sandro wants to know where his father is, and is told he'll meet them later. Nagazi vehicles repeatedly try and stop Tyler and the vehicles that Nick and Yaz and support people are driving. The Nagazi use motorcycles and an ATV, as well. Tyler's vehicle is hit and turns on its side. Nick and Yaz provide cover fire. Nina has been injured. Tyler carries her inside the factory, as the others follow. They rush through the factory and reach a group of railcars. Tyler gives Nina first aid for her open fractured arm, as the railcars depart. Tyler checks outside and sees a Nagazi helicopter. He gets a machine gun and they exchange fire. The helicopter is hit and it crashes. A second helicopter soon arrives. Tyler can't withstand the rocket attack, and retreats. The Nagazi soldiers board the train. As two Nagazi reach the engine compartment trying to stop the train, Nick battles with them. She's injured but neutralizes the Nagazi attackers. Tyler then battles 3 more Nagazi in a railcar, and survives. When he checks on Nick, a Nagazi helicopter starts firing on them. Tyler manages to quickly neutralize it. They realize the brakes don't work, and they're approaching the end of the rail tracks. The railcars roll to a stop. Meanwhile, Zurab and Tandil are approaching an airplane hangar to meet with fellow Nagazi soldiers. They are wondering who planned the mission against them. Back at the train, everyone survived the crash and gets out. Sandro wants to know where his father is. He's upset and angry and thinks Tyler killed his father. Tyler explains David was going to kill his mother. They leave the rail yard on a boat. Later, the group is on a plane. Sandro hears Yaz talking about landing in 45 minutes in Vienna, and where they'll be staying. Nick gives Ketavan unsolicited advice on how to care for her daughter. It was not well received, and Tyler tries to calm Ketavan while speaking Georgian. Nick is startled, and then Ketavan shares that Tyler has spoken Georgian since he was married to her sister, Mia. Soon after, Sandro calls his uncle Zurab and tells him where they're going. Tyler and the group arrive in Vienna. A medical support group treats Nina in their hotel room. Meanwhile, in an airplane hangar in Vienna, Zurab briefs his Nagazi troops on their mission and underscores how important the mission is to him. They will fight to their death for him and avenge the death of David. Back at the hotel, Tyler talks with Sandro. He suggests Sandro's mother endured a lot of pain from Sandro's father, but stayed to protect Sandro and his sister. Sandro gets emotional, and admits he made a big mistake, and Zurab is coming. Suddenly, a helicopter gunship arrives. Tyler orders the family to leave, and his team to take the elevator down, and leave through the front door. At the same time, multiple Nagazi vehicles arrive. Soldiers move to surround Tyler's building and some enter the building. A helicopter gunship arrives and begins pulverizing the entire suite. The helicopter then lands on the roof, and soldiers get off. Tyler and the family get in the elevator, and out at the basement garage. They load vehicles, but Sandro decides to go to Zurab. Yaz runs after Sandro. Meanwhile, the Nagazi are attacking police vehicles as they arrive. Back in the garage, Tyler's vehicle is stopped, and a Nagazi plants an explosive charge on it. They escape. Sandro runs out of the garage and stops between Zurab and Yaz, both wanting him to come to them. Sandro ultimately goes to Zurab. Nick arrives and her vehicle is hit with an RPG. Yaz and Nick escape to the basement garage's stairwell, and move toward the street level. More police vehicles are hit with Nagazi RPGs. Yaz and Nick exit the building on the street level, and are pinned down by Nagazi fire. Tyler's vehicle is stopped, and he gets out to help Yaz and Nick. Zurab shoots down a police helicopter with an RPG. Nick and Yaz move inside en route to the roof. Tyler gets Ketavan and Nina, and they move inside. The elevator door closes as Zurab fires and misses. Meanwhile, Sandro is still in Zurab's vehicle, being watched by Tandil. Sandro is told that if he wanted his mother to live, he shouldn't have called them. Back on the roof, Yaz and Nick breach the door and engage Nagazi soldiers. Meanwhile, Nagazi soldiers are greeted on floor 57 with a booby trap, just prior to Tyler arriving on the same floor. Tyler radios for Yaz to help him on floor 57. Yaz fights his way down the stairwell. Nick fights on the roof and ultimately falls off and begins sliding unconscious down the roof. Tyler sees her, and responds. Zurab arrives as Tyler is trying to save Nick. He shoots Tyler in the hand. Nick shoots the glass Zurab is standing on. All three hang from the roof. Tyler throws Nick through the window, and tells her to help the family. Tyler then climbs back on the roof. Meanwhile, Ketavan and Nina are hiding in a suite as a Nagazi soldier looks for them. He starts shooting at them as they try to escape. Suddenly, Nick arrives and kills him. Yaz then arrives, and is seriously wounded. The four of them move toward the roof. Meanwhile, Tyler and Zurab are fighting on the glass roof of floor 57. Zurab falls through the cracked glass and lays briefly unconscious. Tyler starts climbing the side of the building to help on the roof. Zurab recovers, and moves quickly to the roof, and shoots Yaz in the back multiple times. Tyler arrives and gets Yaz on the helicopter and all depart. Yaz soon dies, and Nick is heartstruck. Back at the hotel, Zurab and his remaining men depart with Sandro. That night, Tyler and his crew are at his lakeside cabin. Tyler is outside when Mia, his ex-wife, arrives. Ketavan comes outside and they both go inside. Meanwhile, Avtandil tells Zurab that they lost 10 good Nagazi soldiers. He tries to convince Zurab to handle his rage, but Zurab just shoots him. Back at the cabin, Mia thanks Tyler for saving Ketavan and the kids. Tyler confesses to Mia that he didn't stay when their son was dying, because he couldn't fix it. Suddenly, the phone rings and Tyler goes outside to talk. It's Zurab, calling to check if Tyler will meet him. Zurab tells him what airfield he's at, and Tyler tells him he's not coming to negotiate. Tyler gets his weapons and equipment, and tells Nick to stay and protect the family. Tyler surveys the airfield, and then begins killing Nagazi soldiers and exploding their plane. He gets wounded in a fight, just before finding Zurab and Sandro in a church. Tyler staggers down the aisle bleeding badly, and sees Sandro is wearing a suicide vest and Zurab has the activator in his hand. Zurab tells Sandro to take Tyler's handgun, and shoot Tyler. Sandro won't do it. Suddenly, Nick appears. Zurab holds Sandro and demands Nick put her weapon down. As she does, Sandro grabs the vest activator and Tyler tackles Zurab as Nick and Zurab exchange fire. Tyler and Zurab fight and both are stabbed multiple times. As they both lay injured and bloody, Zurab says I will not stop. Tyler shoots him in the head. Tyler comforts an injured Nick, and the police arrive. Later, Nick is shown handcuffed to a prison hospital bed. Meanwhile, Tyler is in a different prison, meeting with Mia. Mia tells Tyler that Ketavan and the kids are in an American Witness Protection Program that she helped broker. Tyler tells Mia where in his cabin she can find $1 million for Ketavan. Mia explains that the last image their son had of Tyler was not that he was walking out, but that he was going to save people. He thought his father was brave, and he wanted to be brave just like his father. Mia then departs. Soon after, Tyler is being led back to his cell when the guards take him a different route and load him into a vehicle. He's taken to a desolate area and meets the stranger who initially offered him the extraction job. He's asked to do another job if the man can get him out of prison. Tyler won't do it without Nick, who coincidentally arrives. The stranger tells Tyler he's going to love the stranger's boss. The end. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks.